Thursday evening. And you all know what that means. It's time for Reggae Boyz commentary. That is exactly what time it is. So, Reggae Boyz fans, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are across this globe. Thank you so much for tuning in to another video on this channel. This is the hub for everything relating to Jamaican football. This is where you deserve to be. This is where you need to be. And thank you for tuning in for another Thursday evening. For the 70th Thursday in a row, I believe. Started this journey April 30, I believe, last year. And we've only missed one Thursday. We've only missed one Thursday in that time span. And that was election day last year. And I had some work commitments. But we're here. And we're live. And we're ready for Reggae Boyz commentary. Good evening, everybody. I see your comments, and we will certainly get going with them. Good evening, Simon says. Ticket Chemist, good evening to you, sir. MPEC TV says, greetings, future JFF president. Much love, much appreciated. Really, really appreciated. Fresh God says, up, Simon. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. So, a lot of you will be asking a lot of questions about the process and everything like that as relates to tickets and everything like that, because personally I felt the process was made a bit too difficult than it should have been. Honestly, I think it could have been much more easier, but unfortunately it wasn't. So personally, it could have been much easier. But what I'm going to do, for those of you that are interested in going to the game, I am going to type out the vaccination validation link, because before you can even get into the stadium, you have to show evidence that you are vaccinated. I believe this could have been done on game day, and when you're at the venue and you show the security at the gate, but the process just got a little bit more difficult, if to be honest with you. Norton Morris says 100,000 US pounds, Canadian dollars. Let's talk. Let's talk business. What I'm doing right now, guys, just give me a moment, is typing in the link for you guys if you are interested to go to the game, and I will explain the process. And trust me, I am going to get to your comments. It's a long link, so let me just get through that first. And then we will be good to go for our video for this evening. Okay. So how long it is? Okay. So on your screen right now, this is the link. So the process is like this. If you want to go and watch the Reggae Boyz, you're going to go on that website. You're going to type in either your phone number or your email address. After you do that, you will get a code, a 6-number code. You type in that 6-number code, and shortly after that, this is what happens. You're going to be asked to enter in your first name, your last name, whether you're male or female, whether you're doing it for yourself. You're going to have to upload a picture of the front of the vaccination card and upload a picture of the inside of the vaccination card. And to complete the process completely, you're going to have to not only enter your address, but you're going to also have to show proof of government ID, whether that be your passport, voting ID, or driver's license. So you're going to have to take a picture and upload of one of those things. Once you do that, you press upload and you wait to see if you're approved or not. And that, my friends, is exactly what happens. So if there's any further questions, do let me know, because I know this person in particular, Yannick Davis, was asking about it. So you all, if you have any further questions, can let me know about it. The process. George Stone says, "Up, Simon. Hey, how are you doing?" I'm Exit Football says, "Thumbs up." Tevin Campbell says, "Simon, why are they fighting against the Jamaican players in England that are playing for Jamaica?" Okay, basically, it's like this. Andre Gray did an interview with The Athletic, and he's basically saying that clubs are. If Andre Gray was called up for England, it wouldn't be a problem for the clubs. But the minute he represents a country like Jamaica, it's a problem because 9 hour flight, and it's not a top international team. So coaches think of it differently. In fact, when Ricardo Fuller was at Preston North End at the time, he was called up for international duty. And Ricardo Fuller says, "Coach, I'm going to play against India." And the coach said, "Rick, I didn't know you played cricket." So you see, some of these coaches think that even though we've been to the World Cup, we're not an established international team just yet. When I mean established, I mean we're not top 20. We've never been top 20 in the world. We've never been top 25 in the world. Our highest ranking, in fact, has been 27th. I have a vision that one day that we can be a team that is ranked top 20 in the world. I think that's realistic. I think it's something that can be achieved. So that's something that I would hope to build on in the future. George Stone says, "My preferred formation for the game is 4-2-3-1. Okay, we'll get to that quite soon. 100,000 I'm pledging for you, Simon, on your JFF campaign. I'm doubling it. Which currency? Which currency? And if you're serious about it, then email reggaeboyscommentary@gmail.com. Ticket Chemist says 100,001. Okay. Any transfer news on Key in Paris? No, not at this point in time. And for those of you that are just tuning in, if you're interested to go and watch the Reggae Boys against the United States, that's the first step. You have to go on that link and follow the steps from there. I'm interested, but all I have been getting is error when I try. Have you been trying on your phone, or have you been trying on your computer, laptop, desktop? Because it works best when you're not using your phone, but in fact, when you're using your laptop. I'm still waiting. Well, I've gotten approval, but the thing from my perspective is, okay, what's the next step from here? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. And he was on Andre Gray. Andre Gray scored yesterday for Queen's Park Rangers. He scored. Yeah. I think QPR has been a good move for him so far. Big Deal Lens says, "Up, Simon. Up, 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 up." How bad is Andre Gray's injury? I don't think he will miss international duty. I still expect him to fly out. Jay Matheson says, "Simon, quick question. What's the update on schoolboy football? The season is supposed to start on November 12 or 13. That is the latest." Simon 433. 433 is a good lineup with the inclusion of Leon Bailey, Grant, and Speedy at the base of the diamond, and Ravel up top, Bailey on the left, Antonio on the right, Boza through the middle. Okay. Simon wasn't Daniel Johnson in the squad. Well, it's not injury. I can tell you that's for sure. Michael Woodburn says, "Big up, Simon. Big up." Jamar Graham says, "Good day, Mr. Preston. Jamar here from This or That Sports. Thanks for dropping by. I really, really appreciate it. You know, I see your messages on Instagram all the time, and thank you for your support. Really, really appreciate it. Michael Woodburn says Clarendon College all the way. So, Reggae Boys fans, what I want you to do is let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts as it relates to year 11 against El Salvador. I'll tell you what I've come up with first after I've announced the squad. For those of you that aren't been aware, the squad reads Andre Blake, Dylan Barnes, Jadine White, Kimar Taxi Lawrence, Alvas Powell, Adrian Mariappa, Damian Lowe, O'Neill Fisher, Liam Moore, Greg Lee, Anthony Grant, Ravel Morrison, Devon Williams, Javon Watson, Lamar Walker, Dexter Daps, Bobby Reed, Junior Flemings, Corey Burke, Javon East, Shamar Nicholson, Andre Gray, Michael Antonio, Kemar Roof, Leon Bailey. To be honest with you, I don't expect Antonio and Bailey to start. I think it's either going to be one or the other. I don't think you're going to see wholesale changes. I don't expect it to be drift far from what we saw against Honduras. I do expect a few tweaks, yes, but don't expect wholesale changes like Antonio and Bailey and Ravel. Probably one or at the most two of those will feature. I think the easiest thing for us to have an idea with is the back five or back four, however you want to look at it. Andre Blake in net, left back Kimar Taxi Lawrence, right back O'Neill Fisher, central defense Damian Lowe and Adrian Mariappa. If you want to play a back five, then you put Liam Moore in the mix. But if you do that, then you're essentially taking away a person and an extra body in midfield, and I don't want to do that. I say, I think there's a role for a back three. I think there's a purpose, but against El Salvador away, not for me. Not for me. So Andre Blake in net, Kimar Taxi Lawrence left back, O'Neill Fisher right back, Adrian Mariappa, Damian Lowe central defense. Just in front of them in midfield, Anthony Grant, Devon Speedy Williams. Believe it or not, possibly Javon Watson again. And then in front of them, you can have Kimar Roof, Shamar Nicholson, and Junior Flemings. So you could say either that's like a makeshift 4-4-2 with Flemings on one side and Kemar Roof and Shamar Nicholson up top, so make it look like a 4-4-2, or a hybrid 4-3-3. But I don't expect Antonio and Bailey and Ravel to play. These individuals were not part of the team in the last window in October, so I don't expect all three of them to enter the lineup. I do expect them to feature, especially against the Americans. But the first game against El Salvador, I don't expect them to just fly in the starting 11. We saw what happened when we made wholesale changes against Panama and how it came back to bite us. And I don't expect it to be the same, honestly. So you can expect a couple of tweaks, but not a whole lot. So 4-4-2, perhaps. What I can say is that this El Salvador team will be, they should, I should say, be performing at high intensity. Why? Because their local based players have been training. And they have been training really, really, really hard. Yeah, they have been. And you might be saying, why, Simon? Because these local players, they get special dispensation to either leave their clubs to train. So their players have been getting an opportunity to train, work hard, and mesh in a sense. So they have been together. Our local based players have not been training together post Honduras. So there's that. Yeah. So let's see what you guys are saying in the comments, shall we? Kevon Reed says, blessings, Simon. Guard says, so sad we won't qualify. Really? You think that way? Interesting. Interesting that you have that sort of viewpoint. See what the comments are saying. Income says, hope Daniel, Jamalo, and Ethan Pinna make the trip for the 2 games. Honestly, I don't think they're leaving England. I think Jamalo might come for the support, and Daniel Johnson. Look, guys, I've said what I've had to say about Pinnock. He's a good defender, and I think he deserves all the praise in the world. All the praise in the world for the progress he's made from non-league football to be playing in the Premier League. Even Rio Ferdinand spoke about him on the podcast. That there's a handful of players that you could say, wow, that journey is massive. From non-league, from amateur football to the Premier League in a matter of seasons. Jamie Vardy, Marlon King, Dwight Gale, Ethan Pinnock. You have to salute these men because these men's journey have been just brilliant. But in the Jamaica shirts, I don't see the same ilk from Ethan Pinnock. Could change in the future. It could. But I'm content with the squad. I'm not saying dash with Ethan Pinnock. I want Ethan Pinnock in the squad for the games in January. I do. I really do. How Alvas Paul get in the side? That is a good question, my friend. What happened to Michael Hector? Well, he's finding games now at his club, getting valuable playing time at his club, and doing good things. 7-0 over Blackburn Rovers, you know. Why Alvas Paul Mejida Hatmi? Alvas Paul is a decent football player. You all know the concern about staying fit. I agree his decision making at times can be questionable, but I don't think he doesn't deserve a place, for example, in a 30-man squad, if you get my drift. You believe we stick with a back 5 with players available against Honduras. That formation was more suited, but I think a back 4 could work. A back 4 absolutely could work against El Salvador, and that's what I've gone with, like a 4-4-2 in a sense. We were saying against Honduras, how are we going to be creative? Well, the goals that we got weren't necessarily creative. It was more hard work, tenacity, Kemar Roof sticking out his foot. Yes, O'Neill Fisher showed some genius, but let's not forget the hard work of Andre Gray. I mean, that's the reason why we have him in the squad, right? This looks like a 3-5-2 in a sense, or 3-6-1. 3-4-2-1. In a sense, a 5-4-1. The benefits of that is that the middle will be clogged. El Salvador is going to find it extremely difficult to go through the middle, and they're going to have to go wide. And the thing is, when you go wide in a 5-4-1, you're still going to have problems because you're going to create 2v1 and 3v1 scenarios because you have Taxi and you have one of the central defenders that will be basically watching the wide players. And on the opposite side, the same thing as well. It's a difficult one to press. So it's something that could work. Attacking wise, it's going to rely on a lot of patience. 3-4-3 Blake, Low, Moore, Mariappa, Lawrence Fisher, Grant, Watson, Bailey, Roof, Nicholson. Not a bad team. Not a bad team. It's just that the tandem that Grant has had with Speedy Williams, I don't want to ruin that. So that's why I've gone with Speedy in that team. So that's why he's in it for me. But I like the team. I do think a team that you have named here, Tika Chemist, can get a result. You know, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of a front three. I believe that it's capable of great things, honestly. And if you're attacking numbers, I can only see greater things to come. Alfred Hines says, Simon, I got a big dream. Argentina Jamaica beat El Salvador 2-1. Michael Antonio scoring the 83rd minute to give us a win. Did you? Hmm. It's quite different from the dream I had last night. I had a dream that we did 3-0 over them like we did in 2004. Marlon King brace, Micah Hyde wrapping up the job. But I like that. And honestly, if that were to happen, honestly, guys, in the qualifiers, for me, it's all about results. Although we want to see an attractive style of play, we want to see pretty football. But for me, it's not about the style of play in the qualifiers. For me, it's about the results. That is for me the priority, the results. I don't care if we scrape a dirty 1-0 win in El Salvador. I don't care if we get an own goal win against the United States. For me, it's 3 points in the bag. 3 points and 3 points closer to the top three in the table. For me, it's all about results. Results. We can play the best brand of football in CONCACAF, the best brand of football. But guess what? The most important piece of information at the end of the day. Did I score more goals than you? If I didn't, then yeah. How many times do teams play well and they don't get the result? What happened against Costa Rica at the Gold Cup? To this day, I'm still livid about the result because the chances were there. The chances were there. And I'm sure, had we topped our group, we would have been in the semifinals of the competition. Because I don't fear this Canadian team. I don't. Bailey, Mariapa, right back low, and more CB, Taxi, left back, Grant and Speedy, CDM, Ravel, number 10, Boza, Antonia, and Bailey. As I said, good 11 for the USA game, but for El Salvador, I think it's a game too soon for Antonio and Bailey to start. My lineup would be Blake, Moore, Lowe, Fisher, Taxi, Grant, Speedy, Ravel, Boza, Roof, Bobby. Okay. I think Bobby will feature at some point as well. Pick that up. Uh, Thinking about the team. You don't have Mariapa in it. But come on, Fresh God. You know what to do. It's Thursday night, so you know exactly what you got to do, what you got to say. Because you do it on other people's channels as well. Like up the video, the road to 100K starts today. You know the drift. That's a championship top prizes. I hope Grant doesn't get a yellow in El Salvador. I hope so too. Simon, how would you set up our team to exploit their weaknesses? 4-4-2. Because El Salvador is a team that has challenges when it comes to pressing two banks of four. And I feel that this is something that we can exploit. If they're unable to press, they're going to try to go long over us. And when they do that, they're going to greet the heads of Mariapa and Low. So it's all about ensuring now that when we get possession, that we're not wasteful with it. At least the team will have more training before USA game. Yeah, that's true. Secondly, I dream I was watching Jamaica, and the USA, but I fell asleep. But when I woke up, the match was finished, and Jamaica beat USA 1-0. If we get 6 points from these next 2 games, wow, what a way that would be to end the calendar year. Honestly, that would be amazing. Honestly. Adam McGregor says, "Bless up, Simon. What's up, bro? Hope you're doing good, man. I was in your neck of the woods a couple of days ago. Hope you're good, man." Canada have secured the Ogbo to play it up front with Jonathan David. CONCACAF is in trouble. Is Andre Gray injured? He has a knock, that is true. But I haven't heard anything to suggest that he would miss the trip to Jamaica. If I hear otherwise, I will let you know. Alvas a keep secret for Tapa. Well, Simon, we can say that we haven't seen the best from the rest of the UK based players too. I understand what you're saying, but at least you have been able to see something from Gray. You've seen something from Daniel Johnson, even though he was born here, from the Saudi Arabia games last year. You have seen something from Kemar Roof. So you can take little things out of it. You can see Liam Moore, what you've seen from the United States friendly. You can pick and choose and say, all right, him. But it's fair. Our sample size for Pinnock is very, very small because we've only had 2 games to look at him. The Panama game and the United States game. The sample size is too small. So let us see. As Ian Campbell is saying, let us see. Let's see. But I must say it's going to take some time for him to get into the team. If he is going to get into the team, that is, he has a lot of work to do. And let's just say that the work is not going to be easy because the campaign is approaching the halfway mark. I think DeMar Gray is trying to get one more shout to England before and he gets his Jamaican passport. Maybe seeing if he gets his passport with 4 Southgates. Well, the England squad was announced and there's no DeMar Gray. No DeMar Gray in the England squad. Nope. No DeMar Gray in the England squad. In fact, you know who else was not in the England squad? Interestingly, a man by the name of Mason Greenwood. He was also not selected in the England squad. Interesting, isn't it? And you know who else was not in the England squad? Ben Godfrey. Ben Godfrey was not in the England squad. The same 23-year-old Everton defender, Ben Godfrey. The same one. It is true that he did play in a friendly against Austria and he did play against Romania. But those, at the end of the day, are friendlies. He has not played for England in a competitive game, so Ben Godfrey still remains eligible to represent Jamaica. Mason Greenwood? Has not been called up. Before we continue, did you all see the press conference from Gareth Southgate? Let me read to you what was said. Gareth Southgate said this. He, Greenwood, recognizes that if he doesn't get it right over a longer period, doesn't nail down the situation at the club, then maybe there isn't an England career anyway. The England manager is admitting that there may not be an England future for Mason Greenwood. What? What? Gareth, I have all the respect for you in the world, but what? What? This is a generational talent. Mason Greenwood could be one of the best football players in the world in the next 2 years. This is the Mason Greenwood, one of the best finishers in the world. Yes, he may hug the ball too much. Yes, he shoots when so at times he could pass. But this guy is not even 21 yet and he has the world at his feet. Mason Greenwood is a G. Come on, man. He's a G. If Jamaica ever gets Mason Greenwood. Oh boy. Wow. Unbelievable. I would be shocked. Shocked. I still have it as Mason Greenwood chance to represent Jamaica. 0. It's gone up from 0.01% and it's gone up now to 1%. So Mason Greenwood chance to represent Jamaica is now going up to 1% at this point in time, based on Gareth Southgate's comments. J.R. says, up Simon. El Salvador has no respect for Jamaica and Jamaicans. A lot of Central American countries, I would say. I really am not a fan of Tapa and his core players. If he remains coach and they remain in the squad, will not make the World Cup. I get your viewpoint. Is Alex Roldan a good right back? He's alright. Alex is decent. That is exactly what I think is happening. 3-4-1-2. Blake Maps Low More. Okay. Taxi Grant. Grant Speedy. Okay. Bobby. Bobby and Ravel. Probably Bobby on the left, Antonio on the right, and Roof in the hole. Yeah, that could work. That can work. That could work. Big up, sir. We're definitely looking for a win in El Salvador, go all out, but at home we should be a little bit more cautious at USA. It's fast and dangerous. Personally, I feel that if we beat El Salvador, we're going to be oozing with confidence. So it wouldn't surprise me to see us go out with an approach of, look, our Yardis will come for 3 points and our first home win of the campaign. It wouldn't surprise me if we had that sort of approach. Growth of the channel, big up. Maybe if he fails to get Southgate's attention by the time he gets his passport, he'd probably play for us. Look, England needs 4 points to qualify for the World Cup. 4 points. 4 points to qualify for the World Cup. They'll beat Albania and then they have San Marino. Next year for Southgate, I expect him to look at new faces, but more so the likes of Emile Smith-Rowe, Toddy Cantwell, probably give Sam Johnstone a few more opportunities in net. Yeah. What about Bobby, right wing back? Not for Jamaica, no. My 11 with no core players and no tapper will be Taylor, Pinnock, Moore, Bell, Brown, Grant, Morrison, Johnson, Bailey, Roof, and Antonio. Taylor? Interesting, with no core players. Over Taylor, I would go with Vigaroo, and I would agree with your 11. I need to deal with El Salvador like how Arsenal dealt with Leicester. It's great fit. Yeah, he's fit. Comments are moving so fast, guys. So fast. Which country fears the Reggae Boys? I don't care who fears us. I just know so we're going to take them points. Simon, remember the last World Cup Russia was one of the least rated? Yeah, I remember. I remember. They beat Saudi Arabia, beat Egypt, go quarterfinals of the World Cup. Big up, big up, big up. We're not afraid of no boy. Game plan. Game plan. The game plan is this. We're going to go out there. We're going to play with heart, passion, and represent the country to the best of our abilities and get 3 points. That's what we're going to do. James Justin is back in contact training with Leicester now. JFF, please contact this man now. Him and Kyle Walker Peters. I hope the form that we've seen from James Justin before injury is the same. Six points we're going for, yeah. Malcolm X says, I'll take 4 minimum. If you give me 4 points right now, I'll take it. I'll take it. Right now. What's up, Simon? 6 points is achievable. We can, and I believe we'll do it. I hope so. Ben Johnson is really good. Ben Johnson is really good at playing football. Like, really good at playing football, honestly. Look. The England under 21s needs help, you could say. And when you look at the England under 21 team, maybe he doesn't think it's time yet for Emile Smith Rowe, Cole Palmer, Curtis Jones, James Garner, Tommy Doyle, Jacob Ramsey, Oliver Skip, Conor Gallagher. Gallagher is a baller. Gallagher is a baller. No, but seriously, guys, Emile Smith Rowe, Joe Gerhardt, Cole Palmer, Tommy Doyle, great players. They'll get their chance. They'll get their chance at some point. They will. Let's go. Come on, guys. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Big up Dre Anyweather Sports coming all the way from Florida, who supports Chelsea and Harborview and his team, the Dallas Cowboys and the Reggae Boys. Good evening, Simon says, Pastor Clive Booth. Big up. Jamaica is no real threat at taking any player that England wants. So Southgate can pick, choose, and refuse anyone he wants. Yeah, I don't see Mason Holgate as an England player in the future. I don't see. Is there a future for Ben Godfrey? I'm thinking about central defense. I think at some point Axel Tuanzebe will be an England player. Yeah. Yeah. I want them to do that too. Did they call Smith Rowe? No. Will the Reggae Boys get it right against El Salvador? I hope so. I really, really hope so. It would feel that way, Mr. Galaxy. It would. Hopefully, Matos can get into the new year. If he can score some goals at the back end of the USL, perhaps win the title, and the chance is there. Blake, Maps, Lowe, Lee, Lawrence, Speedy, Grant, Morrison, Roof, Boza, Reed. Okay. Hi, Simon. Do you think Ben Godfrey and Holgate are now harboring thoughts of playing for Jamaica? To be quite frank with you, I don't think that Jamaica is at the forefront of their mind. They're aware about their Jamaican heritage and they know about Jamaica, but I wouldn't say it's their priority at this point in time. But I don't think that that means that they would turn down Jamaica in the same breath. But I wouldn't say that harboring thoughts of playing for Jamaica is at the forefront of their mind. If Southgate doesn't rate Mason, imagine how much he rates Damari. I'd pick Mason Greenwood over Damari Gray right now, says Mr. Galaxy. Okay. I hear you. I hear you. Loud and clear. So, many people have been wondering, okay, we've had an opportunity to see the Jamaican squad. And we know exactly what they're going to be presented with. Sorry. And we know what will happen. Have you guys seen the United States squad to face Jamaica? Zach Steffen, Matt Turner, Sean Johnson, DeAndre Yedlin, Reggie Cannon, Walter Zimmerman, Anthony Robinson, Miles Robinson, Mark McKenzie, Sam Vines, Chris Richards. Yep, Chris Richards. Joe Scally, Kelly Acosta, Sebastian Leggett, Christian Roldan, Weston McKinney, Tyler Adams, Yunus Musa, Gianluca Buscio, Paul Ariola, Christian Pulisic, Timothy Weah, Brendan Anderson, Aronson, sorry, Ricardo Pepe, yeah, the same Pepe, and Jesus Ferreira. So that's the United States squad to take on Jamaica. Well, Jamaica and Mexico, I believe they're playing. No Brad Guzan, no Bill Hamid, no Shaq Moore, no Serginho Dest, no John Anthony Brooks, no Tim Ream, no Luca De La Torre, no Giassi Zardes, no Matthew Hoppe, no Josh Sargent, no Giovanni Reina, no Nicholas Gioacchini, no Jonathan Lewis, no Josie Aldator, no Robbie Robinson. So that's what the Americans have to offer. The Americans, they drew 0-0 with El Salvador in their first game of the qualifiers, I believe. That was away in El Salvador. El Salvador is still to name their squad for the matches against Jamaica. Yep, yep, yep. Yeah, from his days at York City, at York, he should have been called up to play for Jamaica. But we press on. Yeah, no, Serginho Dest, it is a bizarre one, I will agree. Interesting, but yeah. USA bringing the big boys. Yeah, I suppose so, but guess what? We can beat the big boys. They say fourth time's a charm. 4-1 loss, 1-0 loss, 2-0 loss. Well, when them come to the office, different story. Different story. It's funny, because in World Cup qualifying in Jamaica, the 2014 World Cup qualifiers, they beat us 2-1 in the final round. We beat them 2-1 in the semi-final round of qualifying. 2010 qualifiers, we didn't play the US. 2006 qualifiers, they drew 1-1 with us. 2002 World Cup qualifiers, they drew 0-0. 98 qualifiers, drew 0-0. 94 qualifiers, we didn't play them. 1990 qualifiers, we drew 0-0 with them. They've only beaten us once in Jamaica in World Cup qualifying, and it was a last-minute Brad Davis. I was there. Jermaine Beckford literally just equalized, and 30 seconds later. Anyways. Simon, are you going to be at the stadium? Well, my vaccination validation was approved, so that's step one of the process. So it's now for the Jamaica Football Federation and the government of Jamaica to say, okay, Simon Preston, you can enter the national stadium. So that is the next step of the process. And I'll keep you guys posted on that. But yes, I want to be there. And I know you guys have been wondering about the situation with Dwayne Busy Atkinson in Spain. Atletico. Here's the situation, guys. Busy has been doing well in training. There's been some good reports about his performances. He's been understanding the drills quite well, and he's learning the language, and the coaches have been impressed about how quickly he's been able to adjust to the style of the club. There are some concerns, though. Busy is having a problem adjusting to the what's the right word? He's having a problem adjusting to the food. I saw a picture today and it was egg and rice. I mean, it's a staple in Spain, but egg and rice is not something that is a typical Jamaican dish. I sent him some restaurants he can check out, so hopefully I was able to do that. But he just said his stomach doesn't feel well. So let's hope and pray that Dwayne Busy Atkinson, his stomach feels better for training tomorrow. Because he says the food that has been offered to him is egg and white rice. It's popular in Spain, but it's not a combination that we have here in Jamaica. So we hope for the best, guys. We hope for the best. Big ups. How long does it take to be approved? A period of 6 to 12 hours. Who will replace Andre Gray if he can't make it because of injury? Good question. Could be Blair Turgott. Although not a like-for-like replacement, but Turgott could be in a mix. Or it could mean that Daniel Johnson gets into the mix. Guys, any way you look at it, any squad that was going to be called up, we were going to be like, well, where is so and so? 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 Every squad, we're going to have that. Every single squad. January, March, if we qualify for the World Cup, we're still going to say, why wasn't so and so selected? Why isn't so and so in the squad? You need that sort of character. And guess what? At the end of the day, football, yes, it's a simple game. It's a game that we love, but there's always going to be subjectivity. As it relates to this squad that has been selected, I give it an 8.5 out of 10. I give it a 10 out of 10 as it relates to the announcement of it and relating it to the media. A Jamaican squad was announced before the England squad, and England announces their squad before everybody in international football. Jamaica's squad was announced long before a lot of teams. So 10 out of 10 where that is concerned. As relates to the quality of the squad, I would say 8.5. My only disappointment is that it's a 24-member squad and it could have been 27. So that means we could have had Daniel Johnson, Jamal Lowe, and Michael Hector. That's personally what I feel on the matter. So it's called politics, my friend. It's called politics. Politics. And this is a football channel, so I don't intend to get political. But I will stress again that from our home game against Panama, we could have had fans in the stands. We could have. But just because certain members of the JFF hierarchy are this color and the leaders of our country are this color, then it's going to cause problems. And it's politics. And it really, really shows where the heart is. Because I believe that your action speaks louder than your words. Because as soon as Elaine Thompson Hira comes back to Jamaica, an entourage by the sports minister arrives at the airport with 30, 40 people. But the minute Jamaica qualifies for a Rugby World Cup, the minute Jamaica qualifies for the Rugby League World Cup, the minute Jamaica beats the United States for the first time ever on US soil, where Shamar Boza and Nicholson bust up the net like bulldozer, there's absolutely no government official to greet the team at the airport. Absolutely nobody at the airport. Well, I was there. I was at the airport, so I can tell you. Outside of the media, nobody was there to greet the team. Absolutely nobody. But the minute any track and field athlete comes on the island, whether they win bronze, copper, silver, gold, look how much people arrive at the airport. Count them yourself. Government official, assistants, representatives, sponsors, family members, all bundle up. And this is the same government that is saying, oh, we don't want to be crowded. But you saying when I carry the entourage go airport? Are you saying when I carry the entourage go airport, And you saying when I hug up and take picture with all of them officials? I'm not discrediting what our track and field athletes have done for our country because they are world-class athletes and they deserve the recognition just as other sports. I believe all sports deserve the recognition once you're putting on the jersey to represent our country, even if it is chess, lacrosse. You're representing our country and you deserve commendation and you deserve moral support. My point is simply this: be fair, be balanced, be straightforward. If the Reggae Boys come home after beating a team for the first time ever on Central American soil, Honduras, and you're telling me not even the assistant sports minister can't be there to greet the team, to say hello? You're telling me that they can't get that commendation? Just imagine the moral support that it would bring. I can tell you, Miss Simpson Miller was there every single away game. Like I said, I'm not trying to get political. I am just showing you the difference. That's all I'm doing. I'm not trying to get political. All I'm saying is this: we only have interest in track and field. That's our only interest. If you want to disagree with me. But guess what? I've been at the airports when our national teams in different sporting events have done outstanding things, and I can tell you who was there from who was not there. When the Reggae girls qualified for the World Cup, fine. I'll give the sports minister credit. She was there, and I did interview with her when the Reggae girls qualified for the World Cup. Cool. But after we beat Honduras, nobody was there. After we beat the United States in that friendly, nobody was there. When our rugby team qualified for the World Cup, both league and union, nobody was there. Nobody. When our lacrosse team went to the round of 16 of the World Cup, no, nobody was there. Nobody. When our floorball team went to the semifinals of the America's Cup, nobody was there. Nobody. So, I've said what I've had to say, people. So, yeah. Yeah. I've said what I've had to say. So, the good thing about this window is that we're playing El Salvador first, beat them, and fix the patches in the USA, and we have it's 2 games in this window, not 3 as well. So yeah, we have 24 players, and I think that should be enough to be able to get the job done. 4 points minimum for me. 4 points minimum from these 2 games. 4 points. We need them. It's a time period that has to be embraced. It's a moment that's we're gonna need the support. So let's do this. Let's get the 3 points against El Salvador. And if we do, just imagine the vuvuzelas, the thundersticks, the blowhorns at the National Stadium. 5,000 is going to feel like 10,000. Owen asked the question if 4 points will be enough. 4 points can go a long way. A long way. And third, fourth is still realistic. I'm not targeting first or second. We're 3 points off fourth and 5 points off third. If we get maximum points, we're in the mix. We're in the mix. Trust me. It's there for us. And I can see it happening. It's realistic, it's possible, and it can all fall into place. So, Reggae Boyz fans, let me know what are your thoughts. That's okay. If the Prime Minister wants to talk with me, then I'm happy to have a discussion with it. I'm by no means beating him or his ministry at all. His kids come to come to the school that I went to. I've met the Prime Minister before. We've had brief conversations. I think I even have a picture with him. But that's far from the point. My point is this: if he wants to page me, go ahead. Look, I was born in this country, so I have a right to my opinion. I pay my taxes. I pay my dues. Whenever I get speeding tickets, I pay for it the same day. When I do something wrong, I correct it. So if he wants to page me, let him page me. But I've not said anything that is not factual in the last 5 minutes. So you're going to punish me for telling the truth? Okay. I've said what I've had to say. So I mean, the stadium could hold a capacity of 35,000. Simon, don't you think Bobby Reed is a better 8 midfielder than Devon Williams? I'm not going to play a player out of position unless there's an injury crisis. I'm not going to do that. But I've said what I've had to say. I love my country and I want nothing for the best because that is a priority. I was born in this country, raised in this country, went to school in this country, prep school, high school, tertiary institution. I've spent almost 3 decades in this country. So I have the best interests at heart of this country when it comes to football. I know there are decisions as leaders that not everybody is going to like. And I can accept that because not everybody is going to see eye to eye with you. But what I will say is that if or when that privilege or opportunity comes its way, I'll make sure that Jamaica is a top 20 ranked team in the world. Reggae Boyz fans, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe to Reggae Boyz Commentary.